please feel free to ask all the questions you may have. I'm here not only to interact with us, but also to answer our questions. I am keeping my video off the scene just so that this video can be light enough to be uploaded online, so that for people that watch it later, it can be light enough. And the conversation we're having today is, why do I need to position ahead for Helping Lives 2.0? Why do I need to position ahead? And I'm going to share with you, from my heart of hearts, so that you can get this correctly and clearly. First of all, let me share with you the inspiration behind Helping Lives 2.0. Helping Lives 1.0 happened in 2015, November, December. That was when the idea came. And this idea came as a response to prayer. This came as a response to prayer. We're in a time in the business where we really needed a way forward, where things were beginning to get stifled. And I prayed and said, God, this is where we are. This is what's happening. This is the trend of our business. We need new inspiration. We need new ideas. What can we do? This idea came then around November, December 2015. And in December, we started. We ran this actively for 1 year. The peak moment was about 9 months. We ran active for 1 year. And in that 1 year, we sold the product, was 2,500 Naira. We did a reward plan. We pulled the system. We asked people who were already in A2W, which was the mother company at the time, to take positions before we started. People were encouraged to do 3 packs. And it was something we had not seen before. It was something we had not done before. We had not experienced success. We had not experienced failure. We didn't really know exactly how it was going to go. But back then, in less than 1 year, we were able to have over 100 people who popped. We were able to have over 65 people travel with us to Dubai, which wasn't even in the plan. We were able to have thousands of people who earned level 1, level 2, level 3. We were able to have over 400,000 bottles distributed across Nigeria. We were able to primary business that we were doing before then by significant leaps, such that people who had earned via the Helping Lives engine, who had earned 3 times twice, were able to, via their original business that we were driving before Helping Lives came, were able to earn as much as 34 million, 20 million, 32 million. And you can see some of those checks in the history of what we have from Helping Lives. This wasn't something we had done before. This was something we were doing for the first time. That was the first outing we had, and it was explosive. Now, back then, it was a response to an idea for what should we do because we don't like the way things are going. Now, interestingly, around this time as well, I went back again in that same mode to say, we're in this kind of time. I was looking for what to do, praying, thinking, brainstorming, the way I normally do. And then time around, I heard very clearly why at Helping Lives and see if you can use it and make it better. And I never really given it thoughts, because we did it then. It flew out well. It was smashing. It had some ups and downs. It had some very good ups. It had some very small downs. And I felt, look, I'm being given an instruction to go and look at this again. Is it really worth it? So I went to look at it again. I saw how it came the first time. I saw what we did the first time. I saw how it went. So I began to talk to a few leaders. I called a few leaders. I called Bem Bem. I called Dr. Fumi. I spoke with her briefly. I called Pastor Wale. I spoke with MI. I spoke with Yoma. I spoke with a few key people to say, what do you think about this one that we did then? And all of them unanimously said the same thing. All of them unanimously said, that was the best thing we ever did. That was amazing. Oh, that was, as you know how good it was. If someone said to me, do you know it was good? I'll go and ask people, they'll tell you that was the best thing that we ever did. I'm like, it united people who had money with people who didn't have money. It was explosive. And I was like, really, was it that good? Apparently, people felt it was that good. So I said, okay, good. I'm not giving this much thought. Now I'm going to give it much thought as something that we can pay attention to and do. And I began to do a few, relook at it, began to rejuggle it, and began to ask, what can we do? What can we make better? What can we make better than before? How can we learn? Now, my experience, ladies and gentlemen, my experience with driving different business models is the first time is usually the worst time, because the first time you have no history, the first time you have no experience, the first time you're going in the dark and you're placing your step along the way as you find it. The second time, you have the benefit of hindsight. You can ask the right questions. You can modify the things that were challenges, and you have a better chance. I'll give you one case study. One case study for this was what we call CUG lines. The first time we ever did CUG lines, we didn't get up to 50 lines before we got tired. We had 50 lines that could call each other for free. And by the time we had exceeded the 50 lines, we had. But guess what? This time around, when we tried this same thing again, this time around, guess what happened? By this time, we were able to have over 2,000 CUG lines. 40x of what we did the first time was done the second time, because now we knew what to do, we knew the questions to ask for, we knew what the issues would be, and we're able to tackle them. Ladies and gentlemen, Helping Lives 2.0 is going to be a smash. And I want to first of all start by congratulating everyone who is in this meeting today, who has the opportunity to take position before it starts, that you are about to embark on one of the most exciting 365 days in your life. And not only will these 365 days be exciting, we're going to have 365 days after 365 days, and it will be exciting back to back to back. This is going to be a back to back to back hit. So very quickly, before we begin to piece it again and explain it to you further, I would like you to please mention somebody's name in this meeting and congratulate the person. So find somebody in this meeting and say, congratulations. Okay, mention the person's name in the chat box and say, HAM, congratulations. NK Gold, congratulations. Type that congratulations there, because this is going to be exciting. Okay, let me see those messages going in the box, and then we can begin to progress. Now, very quickly, before I get to the matter of the matter, I put something here, and I said if you want to achieve high success, one key thing you need to focus on is relationships. And I want to just quickly stress this before I get to the heart of the matter. Find people who are driving faster and collaborate with them. Find people who are hungry and study them. Find people who are better than you and be around them. Find people who have been there and learn from them. Find people who have failed before and walk with them. Okay, the secret of success is being able to be conveyed in vehicles that can take you there. You want to go through vehicles that can take you there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to congratulate you. This is going to be explosive. You haven't seen this before, many of you. Some of us have seen this before. We know what it means. But I believe that if we did 400,000 bottles then, we can do 5 million, we can do 10 million bottles now. If we go by the same 40x formula that we had for CUG, then there's no reason why we should be able to do 16 million on this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, it will start very slowly, but it will pick up speed very fast. Why? Because everyone is fairly treated. If you have ever read The Science of Getting Rich by William Wallace, you'll have learned this very simple principle. Okay, that simple principle is that if you want to be wealthy, give people more value than the cash, than the used value. Give people more used value than the cash value you collect from them. Give people more value than they are paying for. If people are getting more value than they are paying for, they will have a system where they can keep on paying and rewarding you and pushing the truck forward to gain value. So, ladies and gentlemen, with Helping Lives 2.0, people are paying just 2.5 and they're getting one bottle, and they're getting access to charity donations, and they're getting access to rewards. That's a lot more value than they paid for. Because we are doing that, people are going to be empowered, and so is everyone who is in this system going to make money as well. Okay, a boom is a sudden rapid growth. It's when something literally explodes. And that's what we want to have and expand. That's what we want to able to read at. We want to increase its visibility. We want to increase its reach. I want to increase its footprint across the nations for where it is able to reach. How are we going to do this? We're going to combine three concepts. A healthy product. We're going to combine care for people, and we're going to consider wealth. So it all rhymes. Care, health, wealth. Still within the same terrain. This is our secret weapon. And how are we doing this? We're doing something we have done before. Okay, in 2016, when we ran this, 2.5 only, we gave to charities for slums to school. We're able to give people a healthy product, and we're able to plug them in to earn as much as 1 million. This time around, we're doing more. So in places where we gave smaller rewards before, we're giving bigger rewards. And there's something we haven't announced that we're doing, which we are doing. Everybody who participates in this will earn a reward. For everybody who joins you, who signs up because of you, instantly there will be a 100 naira reward placed in your account, which you can earn in bulk. So people are going to be collecting some form of instant reward as they go along the journey, and then you have many re-entries, plenty of re-entries. When you leave level feeder, you enter back into feeder. When you leave level 2, you enter back into feeder. When you leave level 3, you enter back into feeder. When you leave level 4, you earn the ultimate prize, and then you go. And then all your re-entries begin to do the same thing again. When your re-entries leave their levels, they enter again. When your re-entries leave their level, they enter again. So you can earn over and over and over and over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, this time around, before it was 2 million. Right now, we're creating the capacity for you to go as high as 2 million in value. It is going to be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the rewards are there from level to level. You earn, even in level 4, you earn when the final 4 are joining you. For everyone that joins you, there's more value that you get to earn there as well. And guess what? 250 means what we're using to do this. So Green Monday's business will be promoted as a consequence of this. The fact that this is going on and going on well is the reason why Green Mondays will also fly as well, because the brand will be gaining value. The brand will be gaining value. So just put it there. So the price for Grey Mondays will be 500 mils. Anyone who wants it needs to join the Grey Mondays. And somewhere along the future, we're going to do a collaboration as well, where helping lives, Grey Mondays people have access to be merchants for some things that we're planning. But that one is still coded. There's a few exciting things that are still being kept coded until the day of launch. Wait for them. The minimum pack is 2.5. The 3-pack is a pack that everybody who is launching is instructed and encouraged to start with, because the 3-pack has some magic around it. That magic will be explained to you later. So also, we have 3 categories of people who are joining with this. We have 3 categories of people. Now, the first category of people we have are people who already have their team of 4, who have their team of 4. They are called leader 1. Then we have a category of people who have those just their 4. I have a category of people who have just themselves. Whatever your level, you can join at any level. You can join as a pioneer. Okay, you can join as a pioneer, or you can join as an ordinary member. As a pioneer, there are benefits you will enjoy that will not be available to ordinary members. So I want to encourage everybody who is here on this call, don't join as an ordinary member, join as the highest level of pioneer. You will thank me later that you did. This is some of the things that will be unveiled when we're doing the full launch. Everybody that's starting is starting with a 3-pack. You can do 7.5, you can do 15K, you can do 30K, you can get 60K. You get as many products as will help you. Those products can be used to give your people products in advance of them collecting their own products from the company. You basically become somebody who is able to help other people become a merchant of some sort by coming in at those pioneer levels. Okay, they are really amazing. The next steps are, there are 2 forms to fill. Make your payments, fill the forms. You can fill form 1 now and fill form 2 later. Okay, there's no rush for you to fill form 2, which is the one I explained structure. But the form for payments, you can fill now. Okay, leader 1, leader 2, leader 3 position, take position. People will be arranged according to the volume of people that they have in their team. Now, the first rule for putting people and enlisting people in different teams is the way your structure is in Grey Mondays. So we're going to follow the Grey Monday structure, okay, in arranging people, except the only time we're not going to follow the structure is when we see that it doesn't pay you to follow the structure. What do I mean? If your downline already has their 4, who have their 4, who are their 4, and you have only that downline, you will have wasted that person by just being their upline. Okay, it will pay you better to be in their downline as be their upline, because you will lose them and they will be of no value to you. But if they're your upline, then they add value to you because their downlines also add value to you as well. But if everybody does have their team and expands and does their 4, then everybody can be exactly at their position within Grey Mondays. The only time when you can cross line is when your upline and your upline's upline and your upline's upline do not exist. But essentially, everybody who is in Thrive is expected to stay in Thrive. Everybody who is in Trailblazers is expected to stay in Trailblazers. Everybody who is in flow, team flow should be team flow. Everybody goal crushers should be in goal crushers. After we launch, people can now add more people to their teams, more than 4 from each of the different categories. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run this for 365 days without interruption. Another 365 days, we're going to have a caveat that says every month that somebody doesn't pop is a month when it can stop. Meaning it's not going to only last for 365 days now. We're going to extend it for as long as somebody pops every month. This can continue for another 365 days. On a month that nobody pops, it means the energy has left the system, and at that time, everything will be closed. The good thing is everybody gets value that they paid for. So there's nobody who is losing, even if they don't get to the top. Of course, everybody wants to get to the top. Everybody wants to earn 10,000, 35, 100, and 1 million. Fantastic if it happens. If it doesn't happen, not a problem. It will run for a period of time. After 365 days, the next promotion of the next product will start, because we want this to be 365 days after 365 days back to back of people enjoying thrills of connecting the rich and the poor, connecting people who have and people who don't have, and allowing everybody to be empowered by having the system and sponsoring many charities, into achieving their objectives. The communication of the concept will be easy because they need to get in and get in quick. The charity and the bonus and the bonuses are an added advantage. Okay, there's a need for speed. Nobody loses. And then 2 to 3 months to the end of this particular 35 days, people will be given an opportunity who are coming in, an opportunity to be a part of this and be a part of the next one as well. So that people who are coming into this one late have an opportunity to have the ground floor in what is coming next. Now, you must understand this. Having the ground floor is a benefit. But even if you don't have the ground floor and you come in, guns blazing, you can achieve phenomenal results as well. Now, a few quick caveats before we go tonight. I'd like to say to you, if you can't find your upline, go higher. If you can't find the upline, go higher. Don't lose what you have for what's about to happen, because this business will drag your Green Mondays business along. This business will add ginger and fire to your Green Mondays business. It is better you are working with the same upline so that you're not dividing your energies. Either will chase 2 rats is likely to catch none. Cross lanes is good when you don't need any support at all, and when there's nobody in your team that can really help you or add value to you. Better a known than an unknown is the way they say it. Now, very quickly, a few key formation before launch ideas. If you have 4 people, you will almost be out of the feeder. If you have 4 and your 4 have their 4, you will have 3 positions in level 1. If your 4 have their 4 and their 4 have their 4, you have 3 positions in level 2. Your 3 positions have magic in them as well. So your positioning at start is dependent on how you structure. If you structure, you have your 4, your 4 have their 4, you're already entering level 1 in 3 positions. If you have your 4 and your 4 have their 4, their 4 have their 4, you're already entering level 2. And guess what? Where you want to lead to earn 2 million plus value is level 4. Now, your 3 positions also have magic, meaning that if your start 2, your number 2 overtakes and goes to the next level before your number 1, guess what? Your number 1 will become number 2, and your number 3 will become number 2. Number 3, making sure that they always follow each other. That's the magic that they have. And this is something that is not found anywhere else. But we found it very exciting in the Helping Lives days. It's going to be exciting here as well. Pre-launch, we are being restricted to 4 downlines to enjoy maximum leverage. People that don't have will have. People that have will, be able to have more. After launch, you can have more. You can do more downlines as well. They will find themselves underneath your downline somewhere, supporting them to move and grow, and they will add value to you, ultimately looking for you on the train as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it is. I'm going to open the floor now. If you have questions, please ask away, okay? Because this is going to be really, really exciting and phenomenal. So, any questions, please let us ask away. Dr. Fumi, over to you.
Thank you very much, CM, for that. I mean, I'm excited already. Well, I've been excited before, but I think I'm even more excited. I think I'll ask a question first. I'm sure a lot of people have questions because yesterday there were questions which I felt you would answer today. My first question is, when we're winding down the 365 days, and I think you mentioned that people would have the new people coming in would have the opportunity to be sort of ground floor of the next product. Is it going to be a new matrix, or is it going to be the same matrix that's going to continue and the product will change?
Completely new matrix. Can you hear me, ma? Hello?
Hello, did you hear me?
I heard you loud and clear. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we're
I heard
just
you.
hearing you now.
It will
We
be
heard you.
it will be a new matrix. So after 365 days, the initial plan was after 365 days, this matrix will end. But what we decided to do based on the feedback we got from people while we're having initial meetings, okay, is that this after 365 days, we will continue. We will start something new. This will continue, but this will continue for as long as every month somebody is getting to the highest level and leaving it. For as long as our activity is happening, then it will continue. On the month that our activity stops happening, it will stop. Why is this being done? This is being done because normally these systems, this kind of systems, only have energy for 12 months to 18 months. So typically after 18 months, people get tired. So rather than being reactive, we want to proactively, because people are not paying for more than they're getting as value. We want to proactively make sure everybody gets ideal value, and then we have a very defined, this is our end date. But in order to stretch it a little bit, it did can last 18 months, it indeed can last 24 months. So we're going to give you an option to say, you know what, for as long as people are popping on this, then it can continue. And then for anybody who wants to join, who's joining this late, they have the opportunity of being in this and then being in a new one as well in its pre-launch.
Okay, thank you very much. I think your coin doctor is raising his hand. Please go ahead. Okay,
so somebody else asked me a question here. Must strangers wait till we launch, please? Strangers, you mean people that are not in Green Monday? People that are not in Green Monday, Mr. Ogulesi, you can have them in your list already. That's fine. Once they understand, and if your structure already has them, that's fine. They can join us to start. Coin doctor, yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, CM, for that presentation. Yeah, I actually didn't know that this is supposed to be for in-house people alone, because I think I invited few people to
It's not in-house alone. It's not in-house alone. You're free.
Okay, so I have two questions. One of them is the one of people have to stay in the previous team or the present team in Green Monday. There are some of us that we want to work with new set of people because we have done some other things together, and we have a structure that I want to transform. We want to put to transfer to this particular project. So what happened in cases like that, because of what you have just said now? That is the first question. The second question, I think you've answered that partly, and that is the 1 year calendar. Because I can imagine when I'm probably in level 3 or probably level 4, and I bring in someone that just entered through my feeders team. Can you hear me?
I didn't hear your second question.
Can you hear me, CM?
Your second question. I didn't hear your second question. Go ahead.
I said the second question has to do with the lifespan of the project, which is now 12 to 18 months, and or when people are still popping. So the question I wanted to ask before you answered that partly, maybe you can see enlighten more about on it, which is, imagine I'm in probably level 3 now, trying to enter level 4. I brought in someone newly, which the person now is in my feeders team, and the project now stops. So this is someone I've probably given expectation that you are going to pop, you can make 1 million, 2 million, and the project just stop at maybe 18 months or probably when someone is not popping again. What can we do to such kind of people that have that kind of expectation, and we are not able to meet it because the project had to stop at that point in time?
So let me enlighten. Number one, those of you who have people who they have done other things before and you want to work together as a team. Now, here is the position is this. The position is everybody can work within their normal structures. If anybody has a reason to work outside their normal structures in Grey Monday, they have made a choice to say they want to do that. Do you understand? What
Yes.
I'm saying, the norm, what we are putting as the norm, the grand norm is follow your current system. Reality is some people, because of the kind of structure they have, may be bigger than where they currently are, and in that case, may need to make some adjustments. But to enjoy leverage of your team and the support, and because one will drive the energy in the other, it may be good to stay in the same team. But if you have a reason, maybe you have better chemistry with somebody and you have strong reason to feel we want to work together with this person, you know, and we cannot legislate it, we can just advise. That's one.
Okay.
For the second one, the communication needs to be very clear, and the communication will be very clear from the beginning. On the website, there will be a countdown timer. Now, if we do this well, and it builds to the right momentum, people should start and be able to pop within 6 weeks to 12 weeks. If I get my 4, week 1, week 2, my 4 get their 4, week 3, my 4 get their 4, week 4, their 4 get their 4, week 5, their 4 get, by week 6, I will have popped 3 times. So somewhere between 6 weeks and above, depending on the speed at which people are walking, people should pop. Now, the communication to everyone is, when you are coming on board, you are paying 2.5, you are getting 1 bottle, you already have value. The promotion is available. This promotion is like what 7-Up used to sell in those days. If you drink, you can win the Wood Razor. If I check the cap and there's something under the cap, I win it. If nothing is under the cap, I have gotten value. So the communication needs to be clear. You can end this. In order for you to end this, this is the timeline we have. We are currently in the moment of grace, but last month, 3 people popped. 2 months ago, 5 people popped. The energy is still there. We can still drive this for another 3 months, for example. That'll be the communication. And then people who are joining after around 365 days, people are joining at 305 days, what we'll tell them is, for example, you are paying 2.5 to get 1 bottle of Reader. The next product we are launching, let's assume it is body wash. We can say to people, if you are coming on board now, you can pay 5K. When you pay 5K, you will get Reader, so you will join this one. You also get body wash, and you have a pre-arranged position in the one that's coming next. So that if this one doesn't get to the height, this other one is already building to a higher level. Do you understand? So
yes, I do.
That way everybody will be happy. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Madam Ibele, you can ask your question, please. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for the presentation. My question is basically on the levels and the Pioneer 1, Pioneer 2. I just need to clarify. Like, if you want to, you're interested in joining in the Pioneer, and probably maybe you are going to buy 3 packs. What does that do for you? Does that arrange you? Do you have automatically 3 positions under your in your feeder? Or I don't know. That's what I need to understand.
The Pioneer 1 60K gives you 3 packs.
Okay.
But it makes you enter into the company's list of pioneers.
Okay, but what does the 3 packs? What does 3 packs mean?
3 packs means the same thing as 7.5.
That means you can have you have 2 people already automatically under yourself.
You are 3 people. You have 2 of yourself under yourself.
So it's 3, yeah. 3 in that arrangement.
You have 2 of yourself under yourself. It's the same as
that means in that matrix, you already have 3 spaces occupied.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's the same thing as ordinary member that pays 7.5.
Okay.
It's the same thing as Pioneer. The only difference between Pioneer, Pioneer 2, Pioneer 3, and ordinary member is if any day there's any fund available to be shared by Pioneer 1, only Pioneer 1 will share it.
Okay.
If there's anything to be shared by Pioneer 2, only Pioneer 2 will share it. If there's anything available to share by Pioneer 3, only Pioneer 3 will share it. And ordinary members will get their own normal rewards.
All right. Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Fumi. I know. I hope I can run now and you can answer all the remaining questions as I need to rush into another meeting. I can see Guinea.
Thank you very much, CM. Please. Okay.
Let me answer Guinea before I go. Okay, that's fine.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma.
Please, my question is,
can
somebody
go ahead and ask your question?
Okay, that's
quickly.
what I'm asking. Yes, my question is, if somebody has already paid, for example, now if you're like my downline now, she already paid for 7.5. She's asking me, can she still pay more to be among the pioneer?
Yes, you can. Before we launch, you can still pay more. Just fill
Okay,
the
she
form
can
and say
still
I paid
add.
before. I'm balancing up. Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma.
All right.
Okay, Dr. Fumi, thank you very much. Over to
Thank
you.
you very much, CM. Thank you for being here. Whose hand is up? Okay, you have already answered her question. Thank you, CM. So everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Do we have, sorry, there can't be, we are recording. So you'll get the recording. Let me stop recording.